If somebody is actively trying to show you who they are, just believe them. At this point in the year, this is the version of James Harden we're going to get. So, if the Philadelphia 76ers want to have a chance to look at a championship, Embiid needs to play above an MVP level to get the job done.
He's heating up.
I think this is where the problems for Philly started. I said it in another episode, time and time again. As soon as they give him the MVP award, it's a wrap. As soon as they give it to him. Why? Because that's his primary objective. He wanted the MVP so bad. I deserve it. I need it. I'm the best player in the league. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. They gave it to you, and y'all got popped at home. 114-102. Boston didn't do anything spectacular. I've seen this same game over and over again in the regular season between these two teams. No matter who's on the team, no matter who's on the floor. Jason Tatum, 27 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and he had 4 turnovers. That's a regular season game. Jaylen Brown, 23 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Al Horford, he had 7 rebounds, 17 points. He had 5 threes. Considering the strategy of taking Embiid away from the basket, that's understandable. Brogdon, 6th man of the year, 15 points. Around his average for the season. I think he averaged like 14.5 a game. Nothing out of the ordinary. Boston didn't do anything extra. They didn't do anything, scheming-wise to take the ball out of Embiid's hand. They didn't send extra help. They didn't double-team him. They just let him isolate at the elbow and get whatever shot he wanted to, and it just surprises me the fact that he stopped at 19 shots and was satisfied with 12 free throws, considering the fact that the next 3 players on his team, the next 3 talented players, Harden, Maxey, and Harris, combined for a 10 of 36 shooting night. Harris had 5 fouls, didn't play much. Harden had 4 fouls, 5 turnovers. Granted, he had 16 points and 11 assists, but Maxey and Harden combined for 7 of 30. Where have they disappeared to? Now, look, I said trust Embiid, trust Harden to be Harden. Fine, okay? But 3 of 14 after you put up a 45-point performance in game 1, you can at least give me a 20 ball. If you hit a couple extra shots or get a couple extra free throws, the game looks different. Maxey, you take 9 threes, bro, and end to end, you're one of the fastest players not only in this series but in the league. You need to get to the free throw line. You need to live in the painted area. There should be no reason why Boston bigs, Boston guards, Boston wings are keeping you out of the painted area repeatedly, to the fact that you have to use a step back jumper to rely on it, and you're going 3 for 9 tonight, and you only shoot 2 free throws. Granted, you made both of them, but you only shoot 2? Come on now. And you're a point guard and you only have 2 assists in a playoff game? You guys to do better, my boy. You guys to do better. All right. Now, Embiid. I said the problem started when he got the award. Okay. Here's why. Devin Booker is Devin Booker. First of all, let's talk about it. He's out there to score the basketball. He's not out there to get assists. He's not out there to be a defensive stopper. Those are pluses. He's out there to shoot the ball. Kevin Durant. He shot the ball 31 times tonight. Embiid only shot the ball 19 times, knowing that his other 3 players were not rolling, did not have his back tonight. You got to put your head down and get to the free throw line. You said it's not going to work, back to the basket, going to the block, being a post-up player. Well, guess what? The more you do that, the more double teams, the more kickouts, and get your shooters going. Harden, Maxey, Harris, Tucker, those guys had tough nights tonight. I mean, granted, Tucker, he went 3 or 4 from 3. That's a big-time performance by his standards, but still, you got to do something different to get different results. And considering the fact that you said out of your mouth, this is not a rivalry, because every time you play Boston, they hand you an L, you got to do something different to get different results. James Harden is not going to do that for you in the playoffs every night. Sorry. That's just not why he's there. He's there to give you the basketball so you can shoot it. 19 ain't enough. Boston is going to have a leg down in game 4. We know that. It's just the way the Celtics are. They have a really good game defensively or offensively. They take their foot off the gas, and that's just the way it's going to be, all right? Come back to the next game. Give us a 35 to 40 piece. I want to see 15 rebounds. Give me another 4 blocks, because that was great. But still, you got to consistently dominate the entirety of the game If you're not in foul trouble, put the ball in the basket and give somebody else foul trouble. Horford had 3 fouls. Grant Williams had 3. Robert Williams had 4 fouls. One of these dudes got to be fouled out of the game for y'all to have for you to make me believe that you had a dominated performance. But hey, 114-102, Celtics take game 3. And looking at the Phoenix game, 121-114, Phoenix Suns take game 3. All right. Let's start with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. KD, 39 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. Book, he has 47 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists. KD, 12 of 31 from the field. My goodness, shooting it. Don't matter if it go in, just shoot it. 14 to 16 from the free throw line. Book goes 20 of 25. He hits 5 threes. You just really let 2 guys beat you. Actually, you let 4 guys beat you, because the 2 individuals that are standing behind me, they are momentum killers like no other I have ever seen. I rarely sit down and watch entire Denver Nuggets game, only because, I mean, I don't really know what their style is if the ball is not going through Nikola Jokic. And we seen that play out tonight. It stopped going through Joker, and Porter was going to shoot them out of the game. Murray, I watched him numerous occasions dribble the ball for 18 plus seconds. 18 plus seconds. There's only 24 on the shot clock. 18 plus seconds on numerous possessions throughout the entirety of this game. It's too much. Move the basketball. You're not going to have a mismatch every single trip up the court. Why? Because at some point, they get in here and say, you know what? Let him have it. Let him do it, because he's taking them out of the flow of what they're doing. They came back at one point and took the lead. Not mistaken, it was 79-78. Something after that, okay? After that point, he just felt like, you know what? I'm going to just keep on shooting, keep on attacking. He shot them out of the game. At one point, he was 12 of 24. He went 1 of 5. His last 5 shots, he was 1 of 5. Okay? Late in the game, not taking good shots, dribbling the clock out. Late game situations, the ball needs to go through the Joker. Joker had 30 points, 17 assists, and 17 rebounds. Granted, Murray had 32, but late, like I said, as the game went on, his legs weren't under him. He wasn't taking good shots. And you can see the results. Because guess what? Every time he took a bad shot or a horrible miss off the side of the rim, off the front of the rim, is short, or he turned the ball over, whatever the situation was, okay? Every time it happened, they got the ball off the board, they pushed it, and they got a transition basket or a secondary break basket. That's where Phoenix was living. Devin Booker and KD in the open court attacking. This game reminded me of LeBron James and Dwayne Wade, Game 4 versus San Antonio 2013 on the road, when they knew, look, if we don't win this game, this is over. D Wade and LeBron came out and put their foot on the gas from the moment the tip ball went off. Absolutely made sure they did not stop the entire game. Kept the pressure on. Off the glass, we going. Out the basket, we going. Half court, let's get it in the post. Beat them. Get to the basket, get to the free throw line, knock them down. They were relentless that game. Same thing here. Booker, KD, relentless the entire game. And anytime they had momentum, Porter, first half, he had 2 turnovers in the first quarter. And it was very evident that he had no intention of passing the ball. He had no intentions of moving the basketball. Same thing with Murray late in the game. No intention of passing the ball. He was going to try to beat them himself. Because, look, you look at the other side, Devin Booker had a rolling. I need to match that. This is a shootout between me and Devin Booker. Phoenix was playing a whole different game than Denver Nuggets tonight, and it was very clear. Very clear. Murray thought he was having a one-on-one battle with Donovan Mitchell in the bubble. That's what he saw it as, and he ended up losing his matchup against Devin Booker, who was actually trying to win the game. Same thing with Kevin Durant, actually trying to win the game. Devin Booker, have yourself a night. 47 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds. One thing that I will say is this. I told y'all about Cliff Paul. Told you about Cliff Paul. He is the reason why a lot of these games are going down to the wire, because he's not the type of guy, as of late, he's not the type of guy that's going to hold up his end of the bargain. Same thing with James Harden in Philly. All right. Chris Paul has not been doing his job. There should be no situation where Kevin Durant and Devin Booker can't put up these type of numbers and you look up and see Chris Paul has 15 assists. The offense needs to run through those two guys, and Chris Paul needs to be the maestro. That was the expectation. That was clearly the expectation. We shouldn't look up and say, what happened to Chris? Where's Chris? Or in the case of this game, it really would have made a difference whether he was there or not. Because quite frankly, we rarely realize that he's even on the floor, especially since KD got there. Granted, when all three guys are playing, all three guys are healthy, and when KD is there, they didn't lose a single game till they got to the playoffs. It wasn't because Chris Paul was doing his job. It's because Kevin Durant was drawing so much attention that allowed Booker to go off the rails and just go absolutely crazy on majority of the nights and put up 30 points a game. When Chris Paul comes back into the fold, can he be a guy that you run the offense through as a facilitator? DeAndre Ayton, my boy. Yes, shots this game. 6 shots. You making max dollars. As soon as Chris Paul was out, you should have been able to step in and say, you know what, I'm going to be the third guy tonight. 6 points, 9 rebounds, 4 fouls, 4 points. That just ain't going to cut it. That's not it. It got to the point where they couldn't even have you on the court. Landale did a better job against Joker on defense. He was being a better rebounder, better defender, better rotations, and he wasn't pouting and crying and moaning and all this other stuff. You're just not built for the playoffs, and it's obvious. You can't get mad at the coach and say, you know what, I'm not going to talk to the coach the whole offseason. I'm going to show him. You probably did that man a favor. Ain't nobody probably wanted to talk to you, to be honest. You probably did that man a favor. He probably had so much peace of mind. He was able to sleep at night. He was able to wake up in the morning feeling blessed and highly favored that you did not say a single word to him for 3 months. Because performances like this is the reason why you shouldn't have got that max contract in the first place. And second of all, you probably going to get booted somewhere else. Because performances like this, man, in the playoffs versus a 2-time MVP, and he put up 30 points, 17 rebounds, and 17 assists, on majority of which was on your head. Come on now, bro. Come on now. Come on now. You got to show me something, all right? Get this video a like, subscribe to the channel. That's one more for the good guys.
He's heating up.